All right, so I'm gonna do a video on how to find out low and high probability days, go more in depth on how to anchor standard deviation and my bias on how to do all that. So I'm gonna start from number one. So to find low probability and high probability days, all you gotta do is go to Forex Factor, right? And just find the news. Like no way to overthink it, right? So let's say let's find red folder news, right? USD. News comes out at 10 a.m. All you want to do perfectly is just wait. Just wait after 10 a.m. news to take a trade because everything is going to be engineered liquidity before that time. So think of it like if CPI or like FOMC was coming out. The main move is not going to happen pre FOMC news. The only way for you to catch the high move is wait for news like right after it. And literally, you should be fine for that because some prop firms they only let you trade pre-market, not pre-market, like after news because they don't want you full porting none of that other shit, right? So literally just wait for news and you'll be straight. But for low probability days, just think of it like red folder news, things like that, like move the market. You need news, you need money flowing to the market for the big moves to happen, right? So nothing's gonna happen on like a bank holiday, red folder, not red folder, yellow news or anything like that. That's why personally I don't trade Mondays or Fridays. So yeah. So for how to anchor a standard deviation, basically, okay, so there's two types, right? So you have the first one, the settings. I'm gonna give you my settings, right? So you can cover this. And I'll show the other one that I give out, right? Uh, right here, right? So you can do it like this. So, for example, let's say on the 1 hour, right, there is a resting liquidity right here, right? I'll mark it out, or even better, right here. Literally inverse. You can literally mark that out on the 1 minute and just anchor it. You can mark out the standard deviation from the 1 hour. That could also work, or you can just wait and just see if it retests on the 1 minute, right? So, for example, I'm gonna go to a trade that I took. Hmm, no, actually, yeah, right here. 1 hour. My idea right here. So basically, I have the ICT new weekly opening gap indicator right here, and this is just a brief explanation on what it was on the 1 minute. Nothing too crazy, right? It makes it from the new weekly open from last week, and literally just simply go traces down into it. You could literally mark it out from using this from the high to the low of it and perfectly get an entry. And that's just if you want to use those standard deviation settings. These are the ones I use. So you would just mark it out, same thing, right? From the manipulation leg high. So when this wick just wrong one. When this wick loses momentum, you will mark it out all the way to the bearish candle, right? And you can obviously see right here from the wick, it goes up. And I'll even show it on a 1 minute example, right? Just on a random one. So, right, you can literally do and just pair this with other confluences, right? Because you're not gonna just your your full strategy is not just standard deviation. You obviously gotta pair it because it's a confluence. So obviously, manipulation leg high, right? You can literally go all the way from this one right here and boom, perfectly taps into negative 2.5 and goes lower for you to get entry, right? Same thing. Boom. You can do manipulation leg high, right? Boom, taps right into it. Boom. So literally, all you have to do, simple as that, bro. Just manipulation leg high, or do it from the high to the manipulation leg low, or vice versa, whatever the bias is, right? And another thing, yeah, for how I get my bias is really, bro, you don't have to overthink none of this stuff, right? Literally, you can go to the 4 hour and just see, boom, gap, retest higher, right? So literally, All you have to do to find bias, right, is literally just don't overthink it, literally, because all you need to know is where you're just going. So simply, so say, hey, for example, you can do there's a 4 hour fair value gap, right? On the 4 hour, right? That price left. What does price do? If I can mark it out, whatever. So you see it, right? What does price do before it goes in? This wick right here, this was a long day must have been, right? It was originally going higher to tap into the fair value gap, went lower, and you can probably expect the same thing to do from the upcoming weeks, right? So I want to just see, you can even do this on the daily time frame too, right? Going by the chart, but literally just weekly opening gaps, price likes to tend to trace into. And actually, since I'm here, I'll really give you the settings for this, right? Help me find my bias. So like that. And after you find out on the 1 minute, you can really scale down to the 1 hour. And after you see on the 1 hour, right? Whatever. So obviously you want to see this resting liquidity right here, unfilled gap up here. You can unfilled gap right here. Like, and you can literally, honestly, I've seen people in the server, they take their trades on a 1 minute, not 1 minute, a 5 minute, and like all the other stuff. Bro, I don't know how y'all do that because literally the main move, like, you can literally use the 5 minute for extra confirmation, right? Same thing, you can anchor out your standard deviation from it. Like again, high to the manipulation leg low, perfect entry on new weekly opening gap, right? So same thing. And I don't think I did on the 1 minute, but I'll go over another one again. So like I said, manipulation leg high, all the way to the low, tap zero, and went higher. And literally, that's all it is. Just pair with other confluences, so you're not just blindly entering a trade and just going off swing highs and swing lows, and you'll be perfectly fine. Like, simple as that.